Yeah, this thing's cool. And turn in, it loves brake input.
Quick intro here for you guys. Went down to A-Z Snowmobiles in Woodford to participate in one of the Lynx demos. When I got there, they happened to have a brand new 600RR prototype demo unit there. First one in the New England area, I guess from Pennsylvania to Maine or something along those lines. It's going to be making its rounds for demos and stuff coming up here shortly, but they had one there. I was fortunate enough to hop on that, ride it today on the normal tour, and then we went out with a dealer rep and did a little bit more of a faster paced type demo ride on it so I could really feel it out and bring that to you guys. So that's what this video is. I'm going to do a whole video after this one later on of the entire event coverage of riding all the different Lynx sleds and stuff as well, but I wanted to get this 600RR stuff out because that's kind of creating a little bit of a buzz. It's the new thing going into 2027. So that's what this video is. Not going to waste a lot of time. Let's get you right into it.
Oh boy, big day. Did not expect this here. Whew. VIN number 001. Little first sled action here. Oof. Yeah, didn't even know they were going to have one of these here. Originally came down to ride the X-Terrain with the 900 in it, but this is here, and I said, oh boy, we got to get on this. So for warmers, one press comes up on hand, up or down arrows here. Hit it again, it goes to the thumb, up or down arrows there, and then you leave it, and that sets them where they need to be. Still in break-in, like Devaney said, probably 55, maybe 60 miles on this thing. So you guys know the deal with break-in. So this is the regular XRS one, not the competition package. So we have the standard Pro 40s with the integral adjust on the ski shocks, and I believe the rear track shock. The front track shock, or the center, I believe, is still just like an EA3 easy adjust. If you go for the competition package version of this sled, in the yellow, you get the Kashima Pro 40s everywhere with the integral adjust on all 4 positions, as well as pull start only.
Can we take a picture of you?
Yeah, that would actually be perfect. Oh yeah. You can kind of tell already the throttle feels like relatively light in terms of the spring pressure on the throttle bodies itself, but just listen to this thing. You can tell once this is at a break-in, it is going to be one responsive little unit. That's cool. Let's see how this whole package goes. At this little cruiser pace right here, it's very smooth. The like engine harmonics and vibration is pretty much non-existent. Like you get a little bit tiny whisper of a buzz in your feet, but nothing compared to some other models and other sleds and things like that. It's very smooth. That's pretty cool. Classic kind of ripsaw braking right there in this super loose stuff. It just kind of locks up a little bit, but that's expected. That might be a little bit of a bummer in terms of testing some stuff out here. The ripsaw, we got quite a bit of loose stuff. There's probably 4 or 5 inches of fresh snow on here. So in terms of our acceleration and braking traction, we're not going to really have great feedback on that, or impressions rather, but it is going to be very snappy and responsive once it's at a break-in. trying to take everything in and note everything. Like right there, I was able to it kind of put me off of the seat a little bit, came back down. You definitely do notice that this seat is firmer than kind of the standard XRS ones of the past that have kind of felt, to me, a little bit on the soft side. Coming from Polaris stuff and then the Catalyst, this seat feels kind of right between the Polaris and the Ski-Doo. So if you're familiar with like some of the firmer Polaris seats, some of the firmer Polaris seats in comparison to the Ski-Doo ones, this is kind of a good balance right in the middle, where it's firm enough that I don't feel like I'm sinking into it. I can move around on it really good. The extra flatness to it feels really good. I don't think it's going to wear me out on a long day or anything. It's not that firm, but it kind of feels just right, if that makes any sense. If you sit towards the rear of it, you can really feel it being wider back there, but the taper at the front feels really good. I think they did a good job with that seat. That's actually kind of impressing me a lot now that I'm thinking about it. So we're falling into rusty ski tracks here a little bit, not necessarily darting around, but we are kind of locking into that a little bit. But other than that, it has felt very, very stable in this loose stuff. It's not doing normal, what I would consider normal or previous Gen 4, Gen 5 kind of nervousness tendencies. It feels very solid, very stable, which is nice. That is nice to see. It's also, we're not really wicking it up, so it's not my normal ride pace, I guess, if you want to say that. The response from the brake right there, like even though we don't have a ton of traction, the ability to just tap the brake, set the front, and it turned in was really nice. I like to see that. I feel like Gen 4s that I've ridden in the past, or even like early Gen 5 XRSs, never really did that. They didn't respond in that way, which could just be the shock package and the spring calibration as well, but that felt really good right there. I do wish we had a little more hard pack than this fresh stuff, but that's what we're dealt. We can't really change that too much. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna be a fun little unit. I mean, we're not out of break-in, we're in super loose stuff, and that was probably 3/4 throttle. It feels very light. I believe, I actually did not look to see if this is a 137 or a 129, but it does feel incredibly light in this stuff. It doesn't feel like it's steering heavy, but again, 4 to 5 inches of loose snow on top is kind of almost perfect for this Raz RX ski that we got on here. It is responsive. Even in this stuff, like, it doesn't have a punch, it doesn't have a grunt to it, like a ton of torque, but it's moving the sled along at a really good pace right there. Like, I come up on Rusty pretty quick. It's not, obviously it's a 600, it's not going to be an 850 or a 4-stroke punch in the bottom there, but it's going pretty good for what the snow conditions are with a regular ripsaw on it. The new seat is actually incredible. It really has transformed how this chassis feels. I normally in the past feel like they're very wide and that like I'm on top of a dolphin. This new seat is actually really big. It doesn't sound like much on paper, but out here riding it and feeling this seat, this is big. I feel like riding this, I could fire this thing into whatever, and if I have to, I get on the brake, it's gonna turn. I don't know. This is this might not be good for me right now. It's very confidence inspiring so far. All right, 67% brake in. Another extra little bonus ride here. Yeah, this thing does sound incredible. There we go. It is incredibly responsive. It has a very natural backshift to it too. No idea where suspension settings and stuff are. We're hitting about 8100. Oof, it lands like a pillow. I'm not in love with the skis now that we're kind of turning it up a little bit. The shorter keel than like a Polaris Pro Steer or a Mohawk or something like that, but you can make it work. Just needs a little bit more brake input, keep it kind of settled, and keep it turning. It screams all the time. Listen to this thing. 82 there as we're getting a little bit lower in brake in. I'm still only about 3/4 throttle for most of this stuff. Pushing a bit now. But it is very responsive. The seat is incredible. Now that we're riding a little bit harder, right there I felt the seat was a whisker tall. Like I could use a little bit out of the seat, but the balance of it feels really good. It loves brake input. Getting it to turn and turn in, it loves brake input. Has a tendency to push towards the exit when you pick the throttle back up, but all in all, it is really nice. It has never once so far done anything weird where I was like, whoa, didn't expect that. It's been very predictable through pretty much everything. The brake on this thing feels entirely different than the comp turbos I've ridden in the past. No clue why. I've ridden brand new ones before as well. This one's brand new, but this brake is just working incredibly well. I don't know if there was a pad change or what. This little engine rips, dude. This thing is awesome. I'm really curious if they changed something with the brake, because this is by far, especially in this type of snow, the best Ski-Doo brake I've felt in a really, really, really long time. Almost ever, probably. Ski change and this thing would be, oh. Yeah, the seat, sometimes, I love it for like all around. It's a really good balance. But riding it really kind of aggressive right now, I feel like I could use it being just a whisker shorter. The engine is so responsive, it's so fun. Just like the little partial throttle in your mid straightaways right here, just giving it a little bit. Oh, yeah, this thing's cool. Again, I still haven't really ever pushed it full throttle. We're pretty much 3/4, 7/8 most of the time. First little hint of a ski tip there. It really does love brake input to get it to carve. Oh, there are some stutters in the bottom of that, and my God, it ate them up. Yo! Let's see, we switched. I'm on the 600R Lynx, not the RR, the regular old 600. Curious to see how this thing goes. So the ski carves a little bit better, but the, like, oh, we got some bumps. It's definitely not as settled in the front. I'm already a little bit more nervous on, like, when is this thing going to catch kind of deal. When is it going to grab and kind of do a little tip high side maneuver on me, but it hasn't yet. It just is giving me that kind of feel. The engine difference is drastic. Like, I'm giving this the same throttle positions as I was on that, and I'm sure you can hear the difference. Like right there, that you're in the corner, you get off, you let back, or you get back into it, it's just not immediately right there. It almost has to work itself back up to its RPM. That thing is just an on-off switch. Yeah, the engine's not even remotely comparable. If anyone tells you otherwise, they don't know what they're feeling when they're riding a sled. Like, I'm doing the exact same throttle inputs, and this thing just kind of, I'm gonna say it, it feels like a slug. This is going a lot better than I expected, especially on the kind of faster sweepers here. I thought this is where it would be getting all out of sorts on me, and it's not as predictable and confidence inspiring as that thing in front of me, but it's still doing everything I'm telling it to. This ski loves getting on the outside berm. Like, this thing doesn't want the brake input. I mean, it still accepts it, but it doesn't react as well as that to the brake input. This, if you get the ski in the outside berm and the loose stuff, it loves that. Like this right here, the ski is working incredibly well, but on the sweeper stuff, just kind of felt like it was skating across a lot more. Snow dust on the power lines is tricky. That is impressive. To land half cased into the backside of that other one, and it just kind of laughs. That PPS3, man. Oof. I hate these foot closeouts so much. Oh, what a beaut. Not too bad. That, oh, that new little engine, man. Oof. Ooh, that thing is good. This thing, like, it makes the noise, but that partial, like I'm talking about, even on corner exit, or if you're in the corner and you lift and you get back into it, that thing, whack, right back to RPM.
There's a lag in
this. Is like it's got an 8-pound flywheel on it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not even in, that's still at 60% break-in. It's not even remotely close.
Right, yeah.
That thing's an animal. That's a little ripper.
Bumpy road. Quick outro. Huge shout out to A-Z Snowmobiles down there in Woodford for hosting that event. Lynx for hosting the event. A-Z for hosting in their lot. Chicken lunch thing, all kinds of stuff, all sorted out. Great little time, very hospitable, awesome little event. Huge bonus getting to ride the 600RR. That thing really impressed me. Every year I end up demoing something at the end of the year. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to go order one of those. I'm going to go order a 600RR, probably the competition package, so it gets the Kashima shocks with the triple adjusters on all four corners, manual pull start, all that stuff. You guys can dig into more of that on the PDFs and all the information that's out there on the Ski-Doo site. But proof in the pudding, the demo rides matter. If you get demo rides, you get impressions, you're going to get more sales. So corporate people watching this, keep doing demo events, keep pushing them out there. The more impressions you get, the more likely you're going to be to sell a sled, like you just did with me today. So, yeah, huge shout out, A-Z Snowmobiles, Lynx, everyone there involved, all the dealers that showed up, everyone that went on the test rides and all that. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.